Okay. So what is the Eagle phone number, though? I don't ever have to say it or talk about it. 11005. Okay. All right. Let me try that one first and see if it works. 39. Yeah, I'm not hearing a dial tone, so I think that.
Your voice like disappeared. Like I can hear you through the phone, like on my cell phone, but not the actual Eagle phone either. That is very weird. Okay.
All right, so I'm back to you talking to you on the tie line. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
Could you hear me at all? I was talking, trying to talk. Just.
With the dial the phone,
Mm-hmm.
it starts ringing and I can hear you through my cell phone,
Yeah.
like clicking on
Right.
messages,
Right. You couldn't hear me. Huh.
not through the phone.
Huh. Okay. All right. Well, it may not. I mean, it may be going through the board, okay, but it may not actually. If the phone connection here doesn't work, it won't actually dial and connect through. So I think that that's probably what happened. And because when I hit enter dial, before I hit enter dial, I wasn't hearing anything, and then I hit enter dial, and then I heard a dial. It just heard it dialing, but it never gave me a dial tone, and it usually does. You'll hear a dial tone if the phone is connected and it's working. So I heard the cue sounds like when it was dialing, but it didn't actually give me a dial tone. So I take that to mean that it's not working. So, all right. Well, I don't think there's any sense in it. I just hope Thailand, since we have a hard line, hopefully Thailand will hold. And if you lose it, just text me right away. I'm going to keep my phone right here. Don't text me on my. I'm using my work phone. You'll have to text me on my 392-5159.
Okay.
Okay. So text me and tell me that if you lose Thailand and you need me to reconnect. I'm going to get it back to IP1, and we look like we're solid now, so no problem.
You're not even on any.
Okay.
You're not on my
All right. And I'm going to say I'm going to have to hang up just in case because it does think it went through the and I don't want it to cause a problem. So I'm going to hang up all. It might lose tie line, and I might have to reconnect. Yep, it did. All right. It's okay. Let me get IP1 back. Shit. Oh, no, 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 no. I don't want to do phone. Don't want to do phone. I want to do IP. There it goes. IP, enter, connecting. There we go. Okay, Tiff. Tie line should be back. You should be hearing me okay. Uh, okay, sounds good. We'll just have to. I'll keep a good eye on it. It's right here in front of me. I'll try to keep an eye on it, and then just text me the instant there's a problem, and I'll reconnect. Okay. That's just how we'll have to do it. Okay. All right. So I've got green, go on everything. And this is the JV game just has 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes left in it. So, but it's a pretty close game. It's anybody's ball game. Hopefully it won't go. Hopefully it won't get tied up and go into overtime. We'll see. And I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to wait until this game is over before I try to connect Scorebug. While we have a minute, would you do me a favor and look at just run down the sponsors, the sponsor list for me, please? And I'm going to jot them down. I don't have a list here. NMR Pipeline. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, okay, okay. Great, thanks. Welcome to Tasker Arena for Hobbs girls basketball on Eagle 100.5 YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan along with Jonathan, who's running camera, and we're ready for a great 5A battle tonight, the start of district for both of these teams. The Hobbs girls hosting Clovis High School, and both of these teams salty this year. Of course, your Hobbs Lady Eagles at 17-2 with only 2 losses on the season, ranked number 1 in 5A in the state. And they are hunting not just a district championship, but they want a state championship this year. Clovis comes in, though, at 16-3, and they are ranked 7th in 5A. And their only losses this season have been to Los Lunas, Las Cruces, and West Mesa. The Hobbs girls have lost to Laredo, Texas, and Lubbock Cooper. The Clovis girls are on a 12-game winning streak. Their losses in this season came very early, and then they have really stretched things out in the W column, and they've got a nice run going. But Hobbs, the Lady Eagles, want to spoil that tonight, and they want to start district with a win, and a big one, to make a statement and to set the tone for what they hope will be a district championship run. Here at Tasker Arena tonight, we have a nice crowd. Of course, the Hobbs boys are on the road to play at Clovis tonight, so we have the full home treatment with the girls' little dribblers. We have Taskervich playing, you can hear, and a pretty good crowd on both sides as people are still filing in. So by game time, it'll be even healthier, hopefully. So we have great atmosphere. We have two good teams, and we hope to see some really great basketball tonight. So thank you very much for joining us. We have amazing sponsors that we have to acknowledge. Thank you so much for letting us be your choice and bringing you Hobbs girls basketball on so many platforms, on the radio, on Eagle 100.5, on YouTube, where we have been presenting the Hobbs teams and other Lee County teams for years, several years now, and HobbsAmerica.com, plus streaming on our radio station. So you can see and hear this game in a lot of forms and fashions, and even after this game is done, you'll be able to go back and watch it again on YouTube and hit your highlights. So we'll take a break and come back and run down the rosters and set the tone and get this one underway here at Tasker Arena. We'll be back in 3 minutes. This is Hobbs girls basketball on Eagle 100.5, YouTube, and HobbsAmerica.com. Welcome back to Tasker Arena. This is Hobbs Girls Basketball on Eagle 100.5, YouTube, and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan with Jonathan running camera, and welcome in. Hobbs hosting Clovis. It's the beginning of the district season for both of these teams, and Clovis coming in at 16-3 on this season. Hobbs 17-2. Both teams looking for their first district win. Of course, the Hobbs girls really want that, and under head coach Joe Carpenter, they're also hunting another state title. So Clovis coming last off of a win against Portales, 47-27. Of course, that's a 5A, 4A matchup. And next up for Clovis after tonight will be Friday, February 3rd against Roswell. So they've got Tuesday off, and they will be hosting Roswell High next Friday. Hobbs girls are coming off of a win against Artesia. Again, that's a 5A, 4A matchup, and they dominated, as you would expect, 67-37. After tonight, Hobbs will play a makeup game because of the snow this last Tuesday. Hobbs was supposed to begin their district season on Tuesday, and they instead will play on this next Tuesday, January 31st, at Roswell High at 7 p.m. for that makeup game. Clovis High comes in under head coach Jeff Reed, and I'll go down the roster quickly, give you their girls, then we'll run down our roster. We have about 9.5 minutes remaining on the pregame clock here at Tasker Arena. Your Clovis High girls are number 2, Brooklyn Zunick, a 5'5" senior. Number 3 is Zerai Lewis, a 5'9" junior. Number 5 is Gianna Cordova, a 5'5" sophomore. Number 10 is Bryn Petner, a 5'4" freshman. Number 15 is Aspen Ulibari, a 5'8" junior. Number 20 is Amanda De La Rosa, a 5'7" sophomore. Number 2 is Allison Thomas, a 5'7" senior. Number 23 is Martha De La Rosa, a 5'6" senior. Number 25 is Katie Archie, a 5'9" sophomore. Number 30 is Kaylin Jefferson, a 5'8" junior. Number 33 is Shalonda Lefevre, a 5'10" senior. Number 40 is Giselle Petner, a 5'6" senior. Number 42 is Mackenzie Roach, a 5'8" junior. And number 50 is Erica Dominguez, a 5'6" senior. Now, according to information on Max Preps, Lewis is the leading scorer for Clovis, averaging 15.9 points per game, and she's the leading blocker with 1.1 per game. Thomas is leading in assists for Clovis at 1.7 per game, and Kaylin Jefferson is leading in steals, 2.1 per game, and has the highest field goal percentage at 49%. And Shalonda Lefevre is the leading rebounder with 6.5 rebounds per game. For your Hobbs girls, under head coach Joe Carpenter, number 4 is Madison Cepeda, a 5'4" freshman. Number 10 is Wisdom Anthony. Of course, she is not playing because of that injury. Number 12 is Aliana Armitage, a 5'5" freshman. Number 14 is Brett Clay, a 5'9" sophomore. Number 5 is Nakia Mojica, a 5'6" sophomore. Number 20 is Bryn Hargrove, a 5'5" sophomore. Number 20 is Kendall Cunningham, a 5'11" sophomore. Number 23 is Jayla David, a 5'10" sophomore. Number 24 is Carolina Size, a sophomore. Number 30 is Desiree Vasquez, a senior. 33 is Kaislyn Muniz, a 5'7" 8th grader. Number 34 is Alana Bolton, a 6'0" sophomore. Number 42 is Tiana Richardson, a 5'8" junior. Both teams are out on the floor warming up. We have about 7 minutes left on the pregame clock. Thank you again for joining us tonight. This game is so important for both teams, but the Hobbs girls especially, I think they're chomping at the bit, probably knowing that they really, had played, practiced, and had their sights set on starting district on Tuesday night. Mother Nature had a little something to say about that, and because of the snow and the travel conditions, the school was canceled, and with school being canceled, the activities were canceled along with it, so no games. But they'll have a chance to make that up on Tuesday night, which had been an open night, and most of the girls in the district have a bye night, or had a night that was open, and it makes it easy that way to make up for whatever reason. So that's going to be the makeup night for the Hobbs girls. But they got to play this one first, and they are really looking like a well-oiled machine. You know, they've only stumbled a couple of times this season. One was early on against Lubbock Cooper, and the other was in the final, the championship game of the Hobbs Holiday Tournament, a loss to Laredo, Texas. So, you know, after smarting, after not being able to win the Holiday Tournament, they are doubly interested in winning district and moving on to state and trying to take that championship. But you play them one at a time, and you keep your eyes down the road, but you have to play what's in front of you and do your best on the night. And tonight is the night to get the district started. So we will take another timeout and be back. I will tell you your starters for Clovis are going to be number 3, Lewis, number 23, Martha De La Rosa, number 30, Kaylin Jefferson, number 40, Petner. That's Giselle Petner. There are a couple of Petners and a couple of De La Rosas on the team. And then at number 42, Mackenzie Roach. I have seen this team play this season. Now, Hobbs and Clovis have not played. The girls have not played each other so far this season. But in doing Lovington games, covering Lovington and Clovis girls have played each other. So I've actually seen Clovis a couple of times this year. And, you know, they're good enough to challenge the Hobbs girls. But if Hobbs comes in, plays like they're capable, plays their game, contains really Zerai Lewis and Kaylin Jefferson and Shalonda Lefevre are the big 3 for Clovis, and then Hobbs should have no trouble tonight. Your Hobbs starters tonight are going to be number 14, Brett Clay, number 15, Nakia Mojica, number 20, Bryn Hargrove, number 22, Kendall Cunningham, and number 23, Jayla David. Those have pretty much been the starters all season for the Hobbs girls. So let's take another time out, and we'll be back. Let's take probably about a 3-minute timeout for sure, and be back because in just a moment or two, the girls are probably going to line up, and we'll do the national anthem, the school song, and then the introductions. So let's go ahead and pause and acknowledge some of our great sponsors again, making sure that we're able to bring this game to you tonight from Tasker Arena. This is Hobbs Girls Basketball on Eagle 100.5, YouTube, and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to Tasker Arena. I'm Dawn Morgan with Jonathan, who is running camera, and we're just about to get this one underway. Hobbs hosting Clovis, and Hobbs girls basketball is going to get underway in just a couple of minutes. We'll probably go ahead and take a timeout. Hobbs girls are, I think, just about to come back on the court, and we'll have the national anthem, the school song, and then the introduction of players. So we'll keep it right here until the girls come out, until they actually tell everybody to stand and get ready for the national anthem. So that may be another minute or so. We'll have to see. And the girls are coming back out. Looks like they're going to be throwing out, tossing out some maybe some mini basketballs out into the stands tonight. That's what it looks like from here. Maybe something different. But they are back out on the court, led by the little dribbler girls. And again, a fairly good crowd, steady crowd. We even have some folks up here just underneath the media booth up in the Eagles' nest. And the girls are out on the court, so let's take a timeout, and we'll be back in just a few minutes with Hobbs girls basketball from Tasker Arena on Eagle 100.5, YouTube, and HobbsAmerica.com. Welcome back to Tasker Arena for Hobbs Girls Basketball on Eagle 100.5, YouTube, and HobbsAmerica.com. By the way, the JV final was 41-34. Hobbs won, set a good tone for the varsity game, which is just about to start. We have the starters on the floor, and we are just about to get this one underway. A battle of 5A, number 1 in state of New Mexico, and Clovis. And the tip goes to Hobbs. Nakaya Mojica is going to run the point. Pull up, center court, past the arc, over to the left side. Gives it to Hargrove. Shots up, no good. And a fight for the rebound. Brett Clay's got it, her first. Back to Mojica. Back to Hargrove. She drives in. Kicks it out to Jayla David. Jayla takes a shot, won't fall. Kendall Cunningham with the rebound. Ball's loose on the floor, and it's Clovis's ball. They bring it down court, pass it around top of the arc. That's De La Rosa. Bounce pass over to Petner. Petner drives in, back to De La Rosa. Over in the right corner to Lewis. And then a driving in the lane, and that is Jefferson. Puts it up, no good. Kendall Cunningham with her second rebound. All the way down, shots up, no good. Fight for the rebound. And Jayla David had her hand on it. They're going to call the jump ball. And it goes the way of the Hobbs girls. Inbounding. They get it to Bryn Hargrove. Get it back over to Mojica. She drives in left side. Oh, and then passes it off to Jayla David. And she puts it up and in. First 2 points puts Hobbs on the board, 2-0. Clovis coming the other way. Lewis handling it, give it off to De La Rosa, and then loses the handle on the ball. It is saved by Petner, but then picked off. A bad pass. Mojica's got it, takes it coast to coast, puts it up from the left, and 2 points for Mojica. Just like that, 4-0. Hobbs girls. Clovis taking it the other way. Still in the backcourt. They pass it up to Lewis on the left side. She drives into the left corner. Heavy traffic, good defense by Hobbs. Passes it off to Jefferson. Jefferson takes it in. Can't get the layup to fall. Cunningham with her third rebound of the game. Gets it, passes it off, and then they get it to Brett Clay in the lane right underneath the basket. She pops it up. Falls down. It falls. The basketball goes out of bounds, and it's Clovis's ball. Last touch by Hobbs. Clovis has got it in the backcourt. The purple Lady Cats. They pass it off to Jefferson. She brings it up, top of the arc. Passes it to the right corner. Petner gets it all the way over. Oh, and a bad pass is stolen away by Jayla David. Nice steal. She gets in the lane. She's trying to pass it off to Mojica, and it's picked off by Clovis. They make a long pass down and give it to Zarai Lewis underneath the basket. And she puts it up and in, so 4-2. Hobbs leading. That's Bryn Hargrove with the ball. Passes it off, leaves it off. Passing it around the arc, left side now. Bryn's got it back. Getting worked on. Drives in the lane, tries to put it up. It pops up, and that's another turnover. Jadelle Petner's got it. She brings it down. Passes it over to Roach. Roach to De La Rosa. De La Rosa. Ooh, almost gets it stolen away. Passes to Petner. In the lane to Lewis, to Jefferson, that is. Oh, and the teams trade quick turnovers. And then they get it over to Lewis in the right corner. Drives in, and it's stolen away. A nice steal by Kendall Cunningham. She gives it to Mojica. Mojica drives in. A nice layup from the right side this time. 4 points for Mojica and makes it 6-2. Hobbs leading. 4:45 left to play in this first quarter. Clovis has got it, still in the backcourt. Now they bring it across on the right side. Will push off by Petner. No whistle. Petner gets it back. Bounce pass in the lane, and it's knocked away by Kendall Cunningham. Good hustle there. They were trying to bounce pass to reach Roach so she could turn around and put it in. Didn't work that way, so goes out of bounds. It's going to be Clovis's ball since it was knocked out by Kendall. They'll inbound just to the right of the basket. Lewis looking for somebody, and she does. She gets it in. Shot's up, no good. And then the rebound by Roach, and the putback is good. So 6-4, Hobbs still leading. Mojica takes the ball across the timeline, center court, works over the right, now to the left, drives in, gonna put it up. And she gets fouled as she drives into the lane. Let's see who they call that on. It's on the floor. Number 15, that's Ulibarri. That's her first foul, and the first team foul on the Lady Cats. Hobbs will have it. Mojica inbounds right to Kendall Cunningham. She takes it. She's right underneath the basket, puts it up and in. That's her first 2 points. Makes it 8-4. Hobbs. Here comes Clovis. That is Ulibarri on the right side. Passes it down to the right corner. And kicks it back out to De La Rosa. Now to Lewis on the left side. She drives along the baseline. Tries to put it up, and it's stolen away. Second steal by Cunningham. She's got it. Gives it to Bryn Hargrove. Oh, Hargrove tries a layup. It won't fall. It's kind of short-armed it. And it comes down, and it's going to be a jump ball. And I think that was Brett Clay getting hand on it. Yes, good hustle. But the arrow this time is going to go to the Lady Cats. So 3:49 left to play in the first. It is 8-4. Hobbs leading. Clovis has got the ball in the backcourt. They get it to Lewis. Brings it across center court. Getting worked on by Mojica. Passes it off. De La Rosa back to Lewis. Lewis driving in from the right side. Loses handle on it. Stripped away. The ref is going to say that probably Cunningham. Nope. They are going to say that it was last touch by Clovis. Goes out of bounds. It'll be Hobbs basketball. Mojica inbounds it. Gets it to Hargrove. Hargrove across the center court, runs across the timeline, passes to Mojica. Mojica drives, top of the arc, going to drive all the way in, little jump shot, little floater, won't fall, fight for the rebound, and it's going to be Jefferson's. That's her first. Give it to Clovis. Oh, almost stolen away by Mojica. Little bounce pass into Jefferson. She a little spin move in the lane, puts it up, no good, and that is a rebound. And who are they going to? What they're going to call? I think that was Bosquez, Desiree Bosquez, number 30 in the. And they are going to call the foul on her as she goes out. And Jayla David's going to come back into the game. It was on the floor. They're not going to call a foul. Okay. Just going to say it was a turnover. I think Clovis inbounds right in front of Taskervich. Trying to get the ball in there, and Lewis can't hang on to it. Stolen away by Jayla David. Given to Clay. Clay leaves it off in the left corner. Bryn Hargrove can't pick up the dribble. Passes it around. Mojica now takes a three-point shot from the just beyond the arc, and Mojica now makes it 11-4. Mojica with 7 points in the game, 7 of Hobbs' 11, and Clovis wants to take a timeout. And it's just a 30-second timeout. We're just going to keep it right here as 2:36 left to play in this first quarter, and Hobbs has dominated. It's been their lead the whole time. It's 11-4 right now, and Mojica with 7 of those points, 2 points from Cunningham and 2 from Jayla David. Already 3 rebounds by Cunningham and 2 steals, a rebound by Clay, a steal by David, and a rebound by Bosquez for Hobbs. And for Clovis, 2 points from Zarai Lewis, 2 points from Mackenzie Roach, 1 rebound by Jefferson, 1 rebound by Roach, and 1 foul called against Ulibarri. No fouls against Hobbs as play resumes. It'll be Clovis's basketball out of their timeout underneath the Hobbs basket. They're going to get it in, get it to Lewis. Lewis passes to De La Rosa, back to Lewis. Crossing the timeline now, center court, getting worked on hard by Hobbs. Good defense. Pass it to Ulibarri in the right corner. And she's going to pass around the arc. I think they're going to call a lane violation. Yep. So that's a turnover. Another turnover by Clovis. Give it to Hobbs. 11-4, still your score. Hobbs leading by 7 in this first quarter. 2:23 left to play. They give it Mojica to Hargrove. Crosses center court. Back to Mojica. Top of the arc. She pulls up for a 3 and buries it. Yep. 14. That's her second tray of the game. And it puts Hobbs up. Nope, it was not a tray. They took one off of the announcer, and the scorekeeper thought it was a 3 like I did. Clovis with the ball. A shot is up, no good. And that's Zarai Lewis with the rebound. That actually is her second rebound. No good. And they're going to call a foul They're going to call that on Jayla David, a reach foul. That is her first foul, first team foul on the Lady Eagles. And that is going to send Lewis to the line. First trip to the line for her. Up and good. She's got 3 points in the game, makes it 13-5. 8-point lead for Hobbs now. A minute 52 left to play in this first quarter. She's back at the line, eyes it, skies it, buries it, and 4 points for her. 13-6 your score now. Hobbs with the ball. Hargrove inbounds, gets it to Mojica. Mojica crosses the timeline, center court. Passes to Cunningham. Cunningham dribbles right side. Gives it to Hargrove. Hargrove all the way across to Mojica. And back to Hargrove, to Cunningham. Bounce pass to Jayla David in the lane. Oh, she tries to put one up, won't fall, and that's Zarai Lewis with her third rebound. Clovis, they give it to Jefferson. She brings it down, passes it off. A bad bounce pass from Ulabati over there, intended, I think, for Roach. Goes out of bounds, but I think off of the leg of a Hobbs girl. So it'll stay Clovis basketball. Inbound, get it to Jefferson. Drives into the corner. Ulabati tries to put up a three, won't fall. Mojica skies for her first rebound. Give it back to Hobbs. Minute 9 left to play. Mojica going to pull back out near center court on the left side. Gives it to Kendall Cunningham. And passes it off to Brett Clay in the lane. Brett can't hang on to it. It goes to Clovis, another turnover. They give it to Lewis. Lewis, a little spin move, can't find room, gets it out to De La Rosa. And De La Rosa and Bryn Hargrove just kind of get tripped up. I think they're going to call that on Hargrove. Not really anything you can do with that. Hargrove was right where she needed to be, supposed to be. And so first foul, it's on the floor. Clovis sends the ball in. De La Rosa's got it again. Getting worked on by Hargrove. Gets it over to Ulabari. Ulabari drifts back near midcourt. Now bounce pass to De La Rosa on the right arc. She puts up a jumper, won't fall. And Mojica's got it. That's her second rebound. Oh, gets it to Brett Clay. Brett tries. She just runs out of court, runs out of room, and goes out of bounds. But it was a nice try and good hustle. So turnover to Clovis. They've got the ball still in the back court. De La Rosa's got it. Clock is ticking. Now crosses the timeline. Drives over to the left. Bumps into Mojica. No call. Bounce pass. A no-look pass there to Jefferson. Oh, and a bad pass to intended for Lewis is taken away. Mojica's got it. Nice steal. Oh, she puts up a three-point shot. Won't fall. Kendall Cunningham, though, with the putback. The rebound and the putback is good. And that ends the first quarter. And it is 15-6. Your Hobbs girls are leading this one, and we'll be back for the second quarter from Tasker Arena. This is Hobbs girls basketball on Hobbs Eagle 100.5 YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Welcome back to Tasker Arena. This is Hobbs girls basketball on Eagle 100.5 YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan along with Jonathan on camera. And welcome back. Hobbs girls lead this one after one quarter, 15-6. We start the second quarter. Hobbs inbounds midcourt. Bryn Hargrove's got it. Bounce pass over to Brett Clay. Brett in the corner to Mojica, who has 9 of Hobbs' 15 points in this game so far. Gets it to Hargrove. Back to Mojica. Over to Clay on the right wing. Into Mojica in the right corner. And then into Jayla David. Nope, can't find room in the lane. Passes back out. Now a nice spin move, and that puts Clay in the lane. She puts it up, won't fall, and Jefferson with another rebound. That's her third. Clovis coming back the other way, and Roach trying to get it to Jefferson and turns it over. So Hobbs will have the ball. Mojica inbounds to Hargrove. Hargrove running the point. Crosses timeline center court. Works over to the left. Walking over. Passes to Mojica. Mojica passes to Clay on the right wing. Back to Hargrove. Drives in. Bounce pass to Clay. Drives over to the left to Mojica. Thinks about the three. Pulls back, gets it to Cunningham in the lane, turnaround jumper. Oh, it won't fall, but Jayla David with the rebound, the putback, and a Mojica with another try, won't fall. Cunningham with the rebound and a putback, won't fall, and it goes out of bounds. The last touch by Clovis. Hobbs had 4 looks at the basket there, and you gotta try to sink one of those. This time the inbound goes, Cunningham pulls up, little turnaround jumper, and she's fouled. The bucket is no good, but they are going to call that on Jefferson, and that's going to be her first, and that's the second team foul on the Lady Cats. Cunningham at the line. She has 4 points in the game. Oh, first one is up and good. Nothing but net. Looking good. She's got 4 points. She's already got 3, 4, 5. I've got her down for 6 rebounds, 2 steals, 4 points, 5 points now with that. And the second one is up and nothing but net. So makes it 17-6. Clovis with the ball. They get it to Petner. Petner works over to the right side. Drives in, gets it to Jefferson. Jefferson back to Petner in the lane. No room, no room's got to kick it out to De La Rosa. She puts a 3-point shot up, won't fall. Jefferson with the rebound, her 4th. And then they bounce pass in the lane. Shots up by Roach, no good, and Hobbs comes up with it. And I think that was Cunningham with the rebound. They pass it off. Cunningham got the ball in the lane. Loses her balance, falls, but manages to get the ball over to Bryn Hargrove. Hargrove to Mojica. Mojica moves it over to the right. Now gives it to Clay. Clay drives in, kicks it to Cunningham over in the left corner. Some pretty good defense by Clovis, working it in, but Hobbs being patient. Working it in, working it around. Bryn Hargrove kicks it out to Mojica, top of the arc, and Hobbs will reset and try again. Gives it over to Hargrove. Hargrove drives in, tries it from the left, won't fall, but a rebound. It's Jayla David with the rebound and the putback, won't fall. They had 2 looks at the basket, and the rebound comes out, and Jefferson's going to control it. She sends it off, and it's blocked by Cunningham as a shot was up, no good. They pass it to Mojica right in front of the basket, and she's got 2 more points, makes it 19-6. Clovis has not scored in this quarter. But they've got the ball now. They give it to Jefferson, and she drives down the lane. She wants to put it up, but Kendall Cunningham blocks again. That's 2 blocks by Kendall in the game. Couple of steals and a whole lot of rebounds, and only 5 minutes left to play in the second quarter. 19-6 is your score. Lady Eagles leading the Lady Cats. Clovis has got the ball. They inbound from underneath to the right of their basket. Get it out to Petner. Bounce pass in the lane. Oh, and it's stolen away. A nice steal. Oh, and then it's blocked, and I think they hammer her. Who is that? Is that Vasquez? Back in the lane. I can't catch her number 33. That's Muniz in the game. And she had a nice, good hustle. Went down, tried to put the shot up, and then just got hammered by number 40, Petner. Her first foul, 3rd team foul. And Muniz puts the first one up, no good. Just needs to settle into it maybe. She's in the game for the first time tonight for the Lady Eagles. 19-6, 4:51 left. Second is up and good. There you go. Makes it 20-6 now. Clovis with the ball, still in the back court. Petner's got it to Lewis in the left corner. Lewis dribbles it out. Getting work done. Oh, loses the ball. good hustle by Moniz and trying to pass it, stolen away by Hobbs. Another turnover by Clovis. They've had too many of those tonight. Hobbs has forced a lot of them with steals. Hobbs passing the ball, gets it into Cunningham on the left side. She backs up, puts it in. 2 more points for her, makes it 22-6, and the Lady Eagles are stretching this out in the second quarter. 4 minutes and change left to play. Clovis taking it the other way. They get it into Lewis. Lewis driving in across the baseline and puts it up, but it is taken away as Jayla David. Nice steal. They get it over. Clay with good hustle. Gets it to Hargrove, and then, it's going to be a travel. So there's a turnover. Hobbs has not had as many of those. They had more in the first quarter than in the second. They've settled into things. Clovis has got it. Back court. Oh, bad pass. It's going to end up going out of bounds. Bad pass to Ulibarri over there and goes right into the homestands. So another turnover by Clovis, and give it to Hobbs. 3:50 left to play in this second quarter. 22-6. Lady Eagles dominating this one against Clovis. Bring it down. That's Clay driving the lane, puts it up. That's her first 2 points tonight. She's been all over the place and had a couple of rebounds and some good work on the court, but her first 2 points makes it 24-6. Clovis coming the other way. The shot's up hard off the backboard. Petner with the rebound. Then they get it out to Lewis. Lewis works in left side. Leaves it off for Jefferson. Oh, and stolen away. Good hustle, I think, by Ulibarri. Nope, by Moniz. Moniz, man, she has come in. Been a spark plug. A little firecracker for Hobbs. Tries the steal. Doesn't work. It'll stay Clovis basketball. No. Is it, huh? No, it is Clovis. Okay. I couldn't see the player right there down by the student section, but they got it. They inbound it, working it around the outside of the arc. A bounce pass in the lane, a fight for it. I thought it was just going to be a jump ball. Moniz got her hand on it, and I really thought she just got basketball instead of the hand. So that's going to be a foul on Moniz. Third team foul on the Hobbs. So Clovis will have the ball and inbound underneath their basket. They're going to get it out, pass it around the outside of the arc. That's Lefevre in the game. Passes it back to Petner. No room. Good defense. Good coverage by Hobbs. That is 15. Ulibarri also getting worked on. Just trying to find room. They finally get it to Lewis in the left corner. She puts up a shot. Won't fall. Fight for the rebound. It's going to be controlled by Hobbs as Mojica getting her hands on it. I think they're going to call a foul. Yep, they're going to call it. I think they'll call it on Petner. Yep, it's her second, and that's going to be the fourth team foul against Clovis. So give the ball to Hobbs. It's on the floor, not in the act of shooting. So it will be Mojica who inbounds. Mojica has 4, 6, 9, 11 of Hobbs' 24 points. And a couple of rebounds and a steal to go with it. Good game for her so far. Lady Eagles are on fire. They inbound, pass it around, get it to Kendall Cunningham. She kicks it back up to Hargrove, left side. Then they get it to Jayla David from the right, and she puts it up and in. So 2 more points for her, 26-6. Clovis has not scored in this second quarter. Hobbs has kept them. They've had looks. Oh, and the Hobbs wanted a travel there. They didn't get the call. Probably should have been. Clovis just trying to work it around the outside of the arc. Get it over to Lewis in the right corner. It's getting worked on by Clay. Good defense there. Shot up, no good. And Clay with the rebound, her third. Passes to Kendall Cunningham. Oh, right in front of the basket. She gets hammered from behind. Goes to the floor hard. And the basket no good as she was definitely, she probably had a pretty easy point blank shot. And they're going to call that on Martha De La Rosa, her first. That's the 5th team foul on the Lady Cats. And that'll put Kendall Cunningham at the line. She's 2 for 2 at the line tonight. And a timeout is called Let's see, I believe timeout is a Lady Eagle timeout. It's a full 60, so we'll be back in 30 seconds. We'll take a timeout with them and be back in 30 here at Tasker Arena. This is Hobbs Girls Basketball on Eagle 100.5 YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to Tasker Arena for Hobbs Girls Basketball on Eagle 100.5 YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan along with Jonathan running camera. And your score is 26-6. Hobbs has dominated this one. And out of the timeout by Hobbs, it'll be Kendall Cunningham going to the line as the foul was called by Martha De La Rosa, and it was a hard one. From the back, sent Kendall Cunningham to the floor. So Cunningham at the line, eyes it, skies it, and buries it. She's 3 for 3 now tonight at the line. Makes it 27-6. A minute 48 left to play in the second quarter. 27-6 your score. Cunningham with a chance to make it 28, and she does. Making it look easy, and it's not. Takes a lot of practice to be that sure at the line. Clovis with the ball coming the other way. Across the timeline, they get it to Lewis. Lewis passes to Ulibarri on the right side. Bounce pass into Lefevre. Oh, almost loses it. Nice hustle by Hobbs, and Bryn Hargrove comes out of nowhere. Nice steal. Takes it coast to coast. Puts it in from the right side. 2 points for Bryn. Makes it 30-6. And Hobbs still keeping it. Oh, and before Lefevre can bring it down the court, Mojica comes up, slaps it out of her hand, puts it up and in, and makes it 32-6. And Clovis wants to talk about it. A timeout, and it's a full 60. We'll be back in 30 seconds with more Hobbs Girls Basketball on Eagle 100.5 YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to Tasker Arena. A festive night. Taskervich in great form. Cheerleaders hopping and tumbling around. And the Hobbs girls dominating this game against Clovis. The Lady Cats have not managed to put anything on the board in this second quarter. Hobbs has held them scoreless while they have been on a run and a roll. 32-6 is your score with a minute 14 left in this second quarter. The Lady Cats out of their timeout will inbound from underneath the Hobbs basket. They get it in to Lewis. Pass it to Ulibarri. Now back over to Lewis. Now to Jefferson, center court. Mojica all over her. They get it to De La Rosa. Now in the left corner to Lewis. She tries a three, and it's an air ball. And Brett Clay, with her fourth rebound, brings it down, pulls it up top of the arc, gets it to Hargrove. Hargrove pops, tries a three. It's an air ball. And De La Rosa picks it up. Her second rebound. Gets it to Lewis. Lewis drives in, short arms it. Cunningham with the rebound. They get it to Mojica. She pulls up at the free throw line, tries to pop one in, won't go. Clovis with the rebound. They move it down, get it to Lewis in the right corner. Lewis, and they're going to call a push foul on Bryn Hargrove against her. And it's her second foul. It's going to be the fourth team foul against the Lady Eagles. And it was not in the act of shooting. It'll be on the floor. And that will be Muniz coming into the game for Cunningham. And it will be Lewis inbounding for Clovis. Near the scorer's table, gives it to De La Rosa midcourt, drives in right side to Lewis in the right corner. She drives in the lane, little spin move, puts it up, won't go, won't fall, fight for the rebound. Jefferson controls it, tries to pass it out midcourt. There's a race for the ball. De La Rosa against Muniz. It goes out of bounds. They're going to say last touched by Clovis. So it'll be the Hobbs girls ball right in front of the scorer's table. Muniz will inbound it. Just 15 seconds left to play in this second quarter. And Mojica's got the ball. Passes it off. Then a pass in the lane to Jayla David. Puts up a shot, won't fall. And it's Lewis with the rebound. She brings it down center court. Last second shot up, no good. And your halftime score is 32-6. We'll be back with your halftime report from Tasca Arena with Hobbs girls basketball on Eagle 100.5 YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to Tasker Arena. This is Hobbs Girls Basketball on Eagle 100.5 YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan along with Jonathan on camera. 32-6 is your halftime score, and that sounds painful, and it gets even worse because Clovis was not able to put up a single point on the board in the second quarter. So Hobbs was able to lead at the end of the first quarter, and they stretched out their lead in the second and kept Clovis scoreless. Clovis has been rebounding, Clovis has been taking shots, but they have not been scoring points. Here is Clovis for your first half. Your scorer for Clovis so far, your leading scorer with 4 points is Arai Lewis. She's got 4 points, 4 rebounds. Martha De La Rosa has 2 rebounds. Caitlin Jefferson has 5 rebounds. Giselle Pittner has a rebound, and Roach has 2 points and a rebound. So the only 2 Clovis girls on the board in points, Zarai Lewis with 4 and Mackenzie Roach with 2. Clovis, I've got them down for 13 rebounds in the first half, and they go 2 of 2 at the line. Here is how the Lady Eagles got to their 36 points. Your leading scorer so far is Nakaya Mojica with 13 points, 3 rebounds, 2 steals. Kendall Cunningham has 10 points, 9 rebounds. I've got her down for 9, and I hope there were a couple of times where Hobbs had 3, 4 looks at the basket. There were lots of putbacks and attempts, rebounds, and I may have missed a couple of rebounds in there. But right now, Kendall is poised for a double-double very quickly after we resume and get into that third quarter. 10 points, 9 rebounds for her. And to go with that, I've got her down for about, I think, 2 steals. She may have had another one. And a couple of blocks as well. And she's 4 for 4 at the line. Also, Jayla David with a good game. 4 points, 2 rebounds, 2 steals. And again, I may have missed a rebound or 2 that both Jayla and Cunningham underneath the basket in a couple of kind of free-for-alls under there for a while. Brett Clay with 2 points, 4 rebounds. And you've got Desiree Vasquez with 1 rebound. Got Caitlin Muniz with a point and a rebound. So Hobbs, I've got them down for 20 rebounds in that first half. So they are out-rebounding Clovis, and they went 5 for 6 at the line. And that's how they get 32 points and are dominating the Lady Cats. And your Lady Cats coming in with this one as a no-slouch team with a 16-3 record under head coach Jeff Reed, ranked number 7 in 5A in the state. But, man, Hobbs has just poured it on and looking so balanced, too, with so many girls in stats, so many girls with rebounds, with points, with steals. Quick, taking the ball away. Clovis has had way too many turnovers. Hobbs has had a few, but Clovis has too many turnovers, but Hobbs has been pretty aggressive and forced a lot of those with steals and then made good on them by creating points out of those turnovers. So good work on the boards by Brett Clay, even Nakaya Mojica, Kendall Cunningham, Jayla David, even rebounds from Vasquez, Muniz, and Bryn Hargrove. No rebounds that I've got her down for, but a steal and a couple of points. And Hobbs doing well with just 2 minutes left in their halftime clock. 32-6 your score. And we'll be back to get this second half underway after more words from our sponsors here from Tasker Arena. Hobbs Girls Basketball on Eagle 100.5 YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. There's a minute 30 left, so bring it back and give me a minute from now if you can. Okay, thanks. And welcome back to Tasker Arena. This is Hobbs Girls Basketball on Eagle 100.5 YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Your halftime score, 32-6. Hobbs dominating as they have led the entire way. It started off a little slow. Hobbs was able to put 2, 4, 6, 8 points on the board. They doubled up Clovis 8-4, moved in. They were able to go into that second quarter with an 18-6 lead, and then 32-6 as they kept Clovis scoreless the entire second quarter. Not for lack of trying. Clovis has been hustling. They've had the ball. They've moved the ball. They've shot the ball. They've rebounded the ball. They just haven't scored with the ball. So we are going to go into the third quarter with Hobbs in control of this one. They just need to keep their feet on the gas. They can't let up. They're looking for their first district win. This is the first district game. They were supposed to have started district back on Tuesday night, but because of the snow and the weather, school was canceled, so the games were canceled. So here we are on this Friday night at Tasker Arena with Hobbs against Clovis. And looking good for a Hobbs win, but they've got to play this second half as well as the first. Clovis inbounds it from midcourt in front of Taskervich. They pass it around, get it to Lewis underneath the basket. She pops one up, doesn't fall, but she gets her own rebound. And then it's taken away by Kendall Cunningham. Cunningham to Hargrove. Hargrove brings it across on the right side, moves back to midcourt, passes it off to Brett Clay, left side. On the left wing, she drives in, kicks it out to Jayla David. She tries a three, won't fall, and that is Roach with the rebound. That's her second. Give it to Petner. Back to Jefferson. Jefferson bumps into Jayla David right on the line. Goes out of bounds, and I think they're going to call it on. They're going to call a foul. What are they going to call? They're just going to say she stepped out of bounds. Nope, they are going to call it on 22, on Kendall Cunningham. All right. And that's going to be the first team foul in the second half. Clovis inbounds. Pass it off to Lewis in the left corner. No room as Hobbs keeping him out of the paint. Going to pass around the outside of the arc to De La Rosa. De La Rosa backs in. Bounce pass. Kind of a sloppy one to Roach. She's not ready for it, and it goes out of bounds. So another turnover by Clovis. They've just turned over the ball too many times, and their shooting has been cold. And they haven't had quite the rebounding that Hobbs has had. Bryn Hargrove with the ball for Hobbs, out midcourt. Backs it up, drives in to the right, pulls back out, gets it to Mojica. Mojica on the right wing. She pulls back, gets it over to Clay. Clay passes into Cunningham in the lane. Cunningham, a nice, nifty little move, a little turnaround jumper. Very flat, but it went in and makes it 34-6. Clovis coming the other way. De La Rosa with the ball. Bounce pass to Petner. Petner trying for room, getting worked on by Hargrove. Leaves it off for Jefferson in the right corner. Oh, and then tries to pass it to De La Rosa. And nice little move taken away by Brett Clay. She steals it, tries to move it down the court, and it ends up going out of bounds. She loses it. But good hustle by Brett Clay. Nice steal. Give it back to Clovis. They inbound it. Lewis over there, right corner. They're still in the back court. Move it over to Lewis. Lewis crosses on the left side. Drives in. Getting worked on. Good defense. A bounce pass to Jefferson. Taken away by Hargrove. A nice steal. And the ball is up. No good. Jayla David with the rebound and the putback. No good. She manages to get it. And then I think she's going to get fouled. Yep. She's going to draw the foul. I think it's going to be on Roach. Let's see. So Hobbs with 3 looks at the basket there. And I think, let's see. Yep. Oh, no, that's going to be on Jefferson. Yep, Jefferson. First team foul against the Lady Cats in the second half. Hobbs with the ball. They inbound it. Oh, Bryn Hargrove with a 3-pointer. Beautiful. Bryn Hargrove makes it 5 points in the game and 37-6. Clovis still trying to break that scoring drought since the first quarter. De La Rosa driving in the lane, kick it out to Lewis on the right corner. Lewis puts it up, a 3-shot, won't fall. Kendall Cunningham with a rebound. And she comes down. I think they're going to get, they're going to call a foul or just. So it stays Hobbs girls basketball. They inbound. Hargrove's got it across the timeline. Get it to Cunningham. Cunningham. Bounce pass to Mojica. Mojica outside the arc left side. Gives it to Clay. She thinks about a 3. Gets bumped. Sends it out to Hargrove. Hargrove gives it back to her, and then she buries it. Clay buries it from the right corner. Makes it. It's a 3-pointer. That's her first 3-pointer of the game. Makes it 40-6. Hobbs girls all the way here. Clovis with the ball. Bounce pass into Jefferson. Jefferson to De La Rosa. She drives in. Can't find any room. Bounce pass now to Jefferson. Jefferson tries to find room in the lane. Can't. Gets it to De La Rosa. Finally, she pulls up. Little jumper. Little floats in. So that's 2 points for De La Rosa. Finally. 2 points, finally. Clovis puts 2 points on the board, bringing it down the other way. Ball's popped up, and I think a foul's going to be called. It's going to be called on number 30 on Kaylin Jefferson. Second foul. That's just 2 quick fouls against her here in this second half. 4:16 left to play in the third quarter. 40-8 is your score. Hargrove at the line, and she buries the first one. So she has 6 points. 6 points in the game so far. Jayla David's going to go out. And who is that? Who comes in? Muniz? No, I believe that's Bosquez. Hargrove at the line. Second shot. First one was up. Good. Second one, no good. So a miss for Hargrove. 41-8. Clovis with the ball. They get it to De La Rosa. Brings across the timeline right side. Getting worked on by Mojica. Mojica. He drives over to the left, leaves it off for Petner. They give it to Lefevre. She puts a shot up, won't fall. And then I think that's Bosquez with the rebound. She gives it to Clay. Clay drives in left side. She's going to put up a shot. I think they're going to call the charge. Are they going to call the charge on? Yep, they call the offensive foul, the charge on Clay. That's her first one, second team foul. Give the ball to Clovis. It'll be Roach inbounding from underneath the Hobbs basket. Gets it to Lewis. Back to Roach. They're passing it. De La Rosa's got it. She'll just take it across the timeline. Bumps into Hargrove. No foul. Bounce pass to Lefevre. Lefevre drives in from the right. Gives it to Ulabati. Ulabati getting worked on by Hargrove. Bounce pass to Lefevre. She drives across the baseline. Kicks it out to Lewis. Lewis pulls up in the lane. Oh, the ball, she was going to give it to Lefevre, and Hobbs takes it away. So a steal, a turnover. Mojica's got it. She kicks it out to Clay. Clay gets it to Cunningham. Cunningham jumps from the free throw line. No good. Lefevre jumps up and gets it, her first rebound. Gives it off to Roach. Roach kicks it back to Lefevre. Lefevre off to De La Rosa. Get worked on by Mojica. Mojica takes it away and then stumbles. Can't keep her balance. But a nice steal and good hustle by her. Mojica. 41-8 is your score now. 2:58 left to play in the third quarter here at Tasker Arena. Bryn Hargrove going out, and that's Muniz coming in. Muniz, and it looks like Zepeda. Is that Zepeda? Yeah, Zepeda in. Hargrove, Muniz, Clay, and Bosquez. So some of the bench coming in for Hobbs. 41-8 your score in the third. Inbound center court, get it to Clay. Clay pulls up top of the arc, then to Cunningham. She drives into the lane, puts up a shot, and off the backboard, 2 more points for Kendall. Makes it 43-8 now. Clovis with the ball, good hustle, almost stolen away. Lewis keeps it. Lewis over to Petner. Petner driving in from the right, getting double teamed. Nice tight defense by Hobbs, but Clovis kicks it out. Lefevre's got it left side. Gets it over to Petner, or Roach that is. Now they get it to Roach. She puts up a shot off the backboard, falls. It's a free ball on the court and rolls out of bounds. Last touch by Clovis. Give it to Hobbs. 43-8 your score. Clovis putting in just 2 points so far in this third quarter. They were scoreless in the second. Hobbs brings it down. Clay's got it right side. Pulls up top of the arc. Tries a three. Ooh, no good. And Manice trying for, she is able to get the rebound. She gives it to Clay. Clay tries to put one up again, and no good. Lewis with the rebound. Lewis drives over left side. Oh, and I don't know what that was about, if she was going to try to take it to the hoop or pass it off, but she loses the handle on it, goes out of bounds, but they're going to say that it was bounced away. Last touch by Hobbs. Inbound to Lefevre, top of the arc. Fever, right side. Nice hustle by Bosquez. Is that Bosquez or Manice? Manice, actually, 33. That the 30 and the 33 are hard for me to tell. So Manice knocks it away. It'll stay Clovis' ball, but good hustle. As Hobbs, Coach Carpenter putting some of his bench players in, giving them meaningful minutes here in this third quarter. So Hobbs is way ahead. Clovis driving in, trying to find room in the lane. That's Lewis. Puts it up from the left. And up and in. That's 6 points for Lewis now, and makes it 43-10. Hobbs leading. With the ball the other way. Brett Clay's got it. Outside the arc, left side. Drives, puts it up. Drives in the right side. Kicks it out. Gets it back. Backs up. Looking to put it in. Won't fall. Gets her own rebound. And the putback is good. So a rebound and another 2 points for Brett Clay. 45-10 now. Oh, and a quick steal by Hobbs. As Hobbs trying to put it up. 2 shots won't fall. Clovis with the rebound. Trying to get it. Getting double team. Great smothering defense by Hobbs. Just no room. Clovis just could not get the ball across the timeline in time and loses the ball. They turn it over to Hobbs. Great defense again, trapping him up in the backcourt. Quick inbound. Passes to Brett Clay. She drives in. Kicks it out to the left. And I believe that is, and the last second shot is up, no good. And 45-10 is your score at the end of the third quarter. Hobbs dominating. We'll be back for the fourth quarter here at Tasker Arena with more Hobbs girls basketball on Eagle 100.5 YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Welcome back to Tasker Arena for Hobbs girls basketball on Eagle 100.5 YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan along with Jonathan on camera, and Hobbs has owned this game against Clovis all the way. They have stretched it out. It was 32-6 at halftime, and now 45-10. Hobbs held Clovis scoreless in the second quarter. Clovis managed to put 4 points on in that third quarter, and Hobbs 45-10, a dominating performance here and looking like a pretty easy first district win for the Lady Eagles. Fourth quarter underway now. Clovis with the ball, inbounds in front of Tasker. De La Rosa with it, gets it to Jefferson, taken away, stolen away, and a pass over to Clay. Clay takes it up and in from the left. Off. And that was Manice assisting with a nice steal and pass. Oh, and De La Rosa travels. Yep, take that little extra slide step. So Clovis with another turnover. And I think Coach Carpenter, there's a timeout. And you know what? We'll just keep it right here and say a big thank you to all of our sponsors. We appreciate our supporters: NMR Pipeline, Thriftway, Hydrotech Services, Coffee House, RMS Foods, Outlaw Grill, Albertsons Market, Eunice Pump and Supply, and Lasco Construction. couldn't do the games without you. So thank you so much. I'm Dawn Morgan. My pleasure to be here tonight at Task Arena with Jonathan running camera. Thank you very much. You're either listening on the radio on Eagle 100.5 or on our stream for that radio frequency, or you're watching on YouTube or through HobbsAmerica.com. Lots of different platforms, and I believe I'm not sure if we've got this on Facebook tonight or not. But out of the timeout, 47-10 is your score. Hobbs leading. Fourth quarter just underway. Hobbs with the ball. Kendall Cunningham's got it. Passes it off. Oh, good hustle by Jefferson, but stolen right back into the hands of Hobbs. I believe that's Bosquez, or that is Muniz. Over to Clay. Clay to Cunningham in the left corner. Working it around the arc, looking for room. Back to Clay. Clay driving in right side, little spin move. Loses the ball before she can get it up. Clovis taking that away, and now Kendall Cunningham stealing the ball again. Leaving it off for Zepeda this time. Zepeda kicking it into the lane. It goes back out. Clay gets it to Cunningham right underneath the basket. Bobbles the ball. It pops up, and Clovis has it. So a turnover. And that is Petner looking for room. Gets it to De La Rosa. Into Lewis in the left corner. Thinks about the three, then drives into the lane. Puts up a shot, won't fall. And Clay with the rebound. Passes it off to Zepeda. Zepeda pulls up, takes a 4-point shot, won't fall. Lewis skies for the rebound. And that's her 7th rebound. Oh, and then a bad pass is picked off. Nice hustle, as I believe that. Who is that? That's Muniz. And before she can she tries to put the ball up, and the ball is bumped out. And Jefferson gets more hand than ball. That's her 3rd foul, 4th team foul on the Lady Cats. And the first free throw attempt is up and good for Muniz. She's got 2 points at the line tonight, along with a rebound and an assist. She'll get another chance at it. It's 48-10 now. 5:57 left to play in this game, and the second one up and good too. So she is 3 of 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4 of 5 at the line tonight. 49-10 now. Clovis with the ball, and they turn over the ball yet again. They've had way too many turnovers. Hobbs with the ball. Zepeda brings it down, leaves it off for Muniz. Drives in right side. Bounce pass in to 34, Bolton. Bolton's got it back on the right side. Oh, passes it all the way over to Brent, to number 20, Hargrove, yes. Hargrove gets it back and passes it to Bolton. Atlanta Bolton's first 2 points in the game makes it 51-10. Hobbs leading, of course. They pass it over to Lewis in the left corner. She drives in underneath the basket. Tries to put up a shot. She's going to get fouled, and let's see who they call it on. And that's going to be on Bolton, her first foul, the 3rd team foul against Hobbs. And that is going to put number 3, Lewis, at the line. She's 2 for 2. Now make it 3 for 3 at the line tonight. She's got 7 points in the game. 7 of Clovis's 11 points in this game are from Zarai Lewis. She is their leading scorer. Just to put this into perspective, she's averaging 15.9 points per game, leading Clovis. And tonight she has 8 of 12 points that Clovis has managed to put on the board. Hobbs has just dominated. Mojica with the ball, crosses the timeline, gets it over to Muniz. Muniz gets it to Hargrove. Hargrove drives in and then passes it off to David. David with 2 more points. She's got 8 in the game. Nope, she's got 4, 6, 8, 10 in the game now. And Clovis going the other way, wants to talk about it. Clovis timeout. And we will go ahead and take it. Back in 30 seconds, though, with more Hobbs girls basketball on Eagle 100.5 YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to Tasker Arena out of the Clovis timeout. It'll be Clovis ball right in front of Taskervich midcourt. They'll inbound, get it to De La Rosa, then back to Petner, or back to Roach. Little bounce pass intended for Lefevre is going to be a turnover. Another one. Clovis has just not managed to hang on to the ball tonight. Good defense has caused a lot of those turnovers, if not outright steals by Hobbs. Mojica's got the ball. Oh, and taking it away this time is De La Rosa with a steal. Brings it down, looking for room. Oh, passes it, dangerous pass, and that one is picked off by David. Trying to pass it down the court. Bryn Hargrove waiting underneath the basket. Slips out, goes out of bounds. Knocked away by Clovis, though. So it'll stay Hobbs girls basketball. So Mojica will inbound. 53-12 is your score. 3:12 left to play in this game. Hobbs dominating Clovis. Mojica looking for room. Gets it to Bryn Hargrove. Bryn takes a 3-point shot from the left side. And another tray. That's her second tray of the game. Makes it 56-12. Clovis with the ball. That's Zunic in the game for the first time. Works it around, gets it to Ulabati. Oh, and then a bad pass ends up on the court, picked up by a really hustling Mojica. And she hands it off to Hargrove. So a nice assist by Mojica and 2 more points from Hargrove. Makes it 58-12 now. 2:26 left to play in the game. Clovis with the ball. There's a 3-point attempt up from the right corner, won't fall. Lewis with the rebound. The putback no good. Jayla David with a rebound. Gives it to Hobbs. Hargrove pulls up, top of the arc, pops it. That's 61 points now. And the third tray in the game for Hargrove. All 3 of them coming in the second quarter. Give it back to Clovis. 61-12 your score now. That's Zunic running the point. Gets it to De La Rosa. Oh, a bad pass intended for Roach. Picked off by Hobbs, as that was Bolton with a steal. Gets it to Mojica. Mojica passes it in the lane. A shot is up by Moniz. Won't fall. It's an air ball. Goes out of bounds. Last touch. David got a hand on it, though. Knocked it away. So Clovis will inbound. 61-12 your score. Clock is running. And the starters for Hobbs, the 5 on the court come off. And a whole new 5 come back in. It's Cunningham. I'll catch him. Zapata. Clay. Clovis has the ball. Bringing it down. A minute left to play in the game. Clovis hanging on to the ball. Working it around the outside of the arc. Bad pass, almost tipped away. Good defense by Hobbs. Now Roach has got it. And they get it to Ulabari. Drives in, kicks it out to De La Rosa. Out to Zunic. As Clovis just going to hang on to the ball, pass it around. 37 seconds left in the game. They get it to De La Rosa in the lane. And she goes down hard. She gets the ball. I guess she's going to be fouled. Yeah, I think they're going to call that. They're going to call it on Hargrove. No, on Bosquez, number 30. Not 20, but 30. 3-0. That's her first foul, 15 foul on the Eagles, the Lady Eagles. Clovis inbounding. They get it to Ulabati. She puts it up and in. So her first 2 points makes it 61-14. And clock expires. That's the ball game. 61-14, your final score. We'll be back to wrap this one up as the Hobbs girls victorious over Clovis here at Tasker Arena. This is Hobbs girls basketball on Eagle 100.5, YouTube, and HobbsAmerica.com. And And welcome back to Tasker Arena. This is Hobbs Girls Basketball on Eagle 100.5 YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Your final score here, 61-14. Hobbs dominating. They kept Clovis scoreless in the second quarter. Clovis scored 6 points in the first quarter, no points in the second quarter. Hobbs stretched it out after the half, 45-10 at the end of the third, 61-14 final. Just a dominating performance, and of course, this means 18-2 record for Coach Carpenter and the Lady Eagles, and 1-0 in district now with. Here is how we got there. We'll say, wrapping up Clovis, your leading scorer for Clovis was Zarai Lewis with 8 points, 8 rebounds. Also, you had 2 points from Ulabari, 2 points, 2 rebounds, a steal from Martha De La Rosa, 5 rebounds from Jefferson, a rebound from Lefevre, a rebound from Petner. You had Roach with 2 points and 2 rebounds. And for your Hobbs Lady Eagles, your leading scorer tonight, well, 2. They tied with 14 points apiece. Bryn Hargrove had 14 points and a steal. Kendall Cunningham had 14 points, 12 rebounds, 2 steals, so she was your double-double tonight. And Brett Clay had 9 points, 6 rebounds, and a steal. Nakaya Mojica had 13 points, 4 rebounds, 2 steals, and an assist. And as I said, 14 points and a steal for Hargrove. 6 points for Jayla David, 4 rebounds, 2 steals. Bosquez with 2 rebounds. Muniz with 3 points, a rebound, and an assist. And Bolton with 2 points and a steal. So that wraps it up for your Hobbs girls. Again, final score 61-14, and they will take their 18-2 record, overall 1-0 in district, when they hit the road to play at Roswell High on Tuesday night, the 31st at 7 p.m. We'll be there, and the next game that Clovis will be playing is next Friday. They will host Roswell High next Friday. They fall to 16-4 on the season, 0-1 in district under head coach Jeff Reed. All right, that's it. So a dominating performance from the very beginning of the game to the end by Hobbs girls, with a lot of the bench able to get in and play some meaningful minutes in that second half, as there was running clock, of course, with Hobbs leading by so many points. So congratulations to the Lady Eagles and Coach Carpenter. And until next Tuesday, we will be on the road to bring you the game. This has been Hobbs Girls Basketball. I'm Dawn Morgan for Jonathan running camera tonight. Thank you so much for watching and listening from Tasker Arena. Hobbs Girls Basketball on Eagle 100.5. Streaming on Eagle 100.5 as well. YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Good night, everybody.